Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain and I will be your guide to wisdom. Today I'm recording from our studios in a big house in Marietta, Ohio. Since this is the first episode, I am laying down the foundation for the Wisdom Trek podcast. I'm referring to this as Day 0. The journey has begun, setting up base camp. In a few minutes, I'll share a little bit more about me personally, but also check out wisdom-trek.com/about Wisdom Trek. That's wisdom-trek, trek.com/Wisdom Trek. This page on our website, you'll get to know me better and to know what the purpose is for Wisdom Trek. My hope is that we'll have the opportunity to get to know each other as we are members together of the Wisdom Trek team and we go throughout this journey together. Through this 7-day-a-week, 7 minutes of wisdom, we will help each other to live life abundantly or fully, authentically, and with integrity. Along the way, we will be seeking wisdom and discipline and strive to understand the insights of the wise, and by doing so, we will learn to live disciplined and successful lives. By doing this, we'll know what is right, just, and fair. Today's episode will be a little bit longer than 7 minutes as we set up base camp and I share more about myself. I do count it a privilege if you'll allow me to be your guide as we trek together. I encourage you to join us on this daily journey. It'll be an exciting, interesting, and worthwhile trek. We will learn from each other. We'll share stories of difficulties and mutual joys as we travel together. And while I do not believe that I have arrived in my personal quest for wisdom, I have spent much of my adult life studying the scriptures and learning from wise individuals who have hiked this trail before me. Each day we will explore and consume a small nugget of wisdom as we cover different subjects or terrain. I want to be authentic and transparent as possible as we travel together daily, so there'll be limited editing of the podcast episodes, because that's how life is. There are no dress rehearsals. We make mistakes, we make unwise choices, and we stumble and fall sometimes. While we occasionally do have the opportunity for do-overs, our shortcomings in life will usually remain with us. And that's okay if we allow it to plant the seeds of wisdom into our lives. And while I'll strive to produce error-free, high-quality podcasts and journal entries, I also realize that I am human and I will make mistakes. To those of you who know me personally, you may not realize, but I grew up rather shy and could not pronounce my R's very clearly. So you may hear me occasionally mispronounce words, have awkward pauses, and I may get words twisted around at times. And while my goal with Wisdom Trek, as with life, is to provide honest, authentic, and excellent content, I will strive to do this even though my presentations may not always be perfect. So thanks in advance for understanding, and let us enjoy our journey together. I would also encourage you to share stories with us that we can include in our trek. Ask questions, make comments, suggestions on what we can do, and you can place those on wisdom-trek.com/day 0 or whatever day that you are listening to. So why have I titled our journey Wisdom Trek? Being a science fiction enthusiast from childhood, I have been enamored with the thought of exploring and discovering new worlds. I am from a family of 10 children. I'm the third oldest, with 2 older sisters, and there were 7 boys and 3 girls in our family. And I guess I picked up a lot of the oldest child's traits. I was blessed to grow up with loving parents on an apple orchard with acres of woods. Along with my siblings, we spent untold hours exploring the lower 40 acres, with all its ravines and trees and creeks and a nice-sized pond for fishing. That carried over to my fantasy of exploring the universe as I faithfully watched the Star Trek original series on TV. And as an adult, I continued to watch all the Star Trek series and other space-related programs. And while I still love those space programs and movies, my exploration has led me to the pursuit of wisdom, which has also intrigued me. To extend my love for Star Trek in an analogy, as we trek together on our mission, we will create a legacy of wisdom. We will seek out discernment and insights, and we will boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. And in doing so, it will set up a framework in our lives that will truly allow us to live long and prosper. So while my podcast and journey will not be necessarily focused toward others who share my life of faith, as a Christ follower, my foundation for seeking wisdom has certainly been strongly influenced by the wisdom that is contained in God's Word, and especially in the book of Proverbs. Within the Wisdom Trek portal, I also have a separate blog called The Wisdom from the Big House, which I'll be posting a weekly sharing from the book of Proverbs and eventually other wisdom-related posts, so if you're interested, check it out there. Regardless of your personal spiritual leanings, there is a great deal of wisdom that is contained in scriptures that are applicable to everyone's lives. If this wisdom is followed, it will result in a rich and full life in all areas. There are many practical areas that we will explore in our pursuit of wisdom, including my life experiences and the experience of the lives of others, which have influenced me on my wisdom trek. We will also glean the wisdom from many leaders and mentors that have impacted my journey through the valleys and the mountains of life. Life's lessons are not always easy, but if we learn from them and it allows us to grow, then those are good lessons. And that is how we gain wisdom. To better prepare for our understanding of this journey that we are about to embark on together, let's first look at the dictionary meaning of both the words wisdom and trek. Wisdom, which is a noun, the quality or state of being wise, knowledge of what is true or right, coupled with just judgment as to action, sagacity, discernment, or insight. And then the word trek, which is a verb, means to travel or migrate, especially slowly or with difficulty. So based on these two dictionary definitions, we will pursue actions and decisions that are true and right with discernment and insight. But this pursuit will be slow and at times difficult. But that does not mean that our journey will be without joy and abundance in all areas of life, because those are choices that we must make each day. The more we pursue wisdom, the more we will realize that important matters of life are not in what we have necessarily with material blessings, but the blessings that we have when we are able to positively impact the lives of others. Now, there's nothing wrong with financial success at all. I desire it also, for it is a tool whereby we can impact others' lives to a greater magnitude, but financial success must always remain as a tool. Let's think about money as our provision on our trek. It can provide us and others with sustenance, our tools, with shelters and protection. Indeed, on our wisdom trek, we will enjoy our journey as we live each day with true abundance that makes life worth living. Each day we will climb to new heights as we look at a different topic of life, which will help us to gain the insights of the wise. As we grow slowly and make incremental progress in living a disciplined and successful lives, this will allow us to do what is right, just, and fair in every area of life. Some days, we may just sit around camp and ponder the lessons that we've learned. It is my hope as your guide, as we trek together or sit around camp, that we will all share stories and insights in the comment section of our podcast and journal. Think of our comments as our trek journal as we traverse life together. There is a definite path to gaining wisdom. It really is not a mystery, and it is available to anyone who chooses. It is important to have a good navigation system and guide which will assist us on this trek. Life is, at times, very hard. The trek may be slow and difficult, but the reward of gaining wisdom and insight is greater than the difficulties and any amount of material gain. Just as when we are hiking in nature, we need to listen and look for those special moments that make it enjoyable. In the same manner, we do need to tune our ears to listen for wisdom and to concentrate on understanding. We need to cry out for insight and ask for understanding. We need to search for them as we would silver, seek for them as we would hidden treasures. Then we will gain the insights of the wise. Together, we can climb wisdom's mountains and reach new heights to see more clearly the lands and the places that are not visible to us now. One crucial point, though, is that we should never trek alone. No one would ever attempt to scale Mount Everest alone, for it would be certain death. It takes a trained and experienced guide along with the teamwork of each person to reach the summit. And in the same manner, let us take our wisdom trek together. Yes, I will be your guide on this journey, but each one of us will work together to create a legacy of wisdom that can be passed on to others that we impact. This impact will not only shape our world, but indeed the entire world as more individuals join us on our trek. So share the news with everyone you know. Invite them to join us. The rewards will be great. Throughout each day's trek, I will endeavor to share some information or tools that will help us along the way. It might just be a tasty tidbit some days. And if you're listening to this podcast anywhere besides our website at wisdom-trek.com, I encourage you to occasionally visit the website for insight and information. I'll be including free resources and tools, and I'll post those on the site on a regular basis, so please check out wisdom-trek.com. I will keep fresh information also in the section called Wisdom Nuggets, which are posted on the site. If you're interested, please sign up for our email list. We would really appreciate that. Wisdom-Trek Podcast is available on iTunes and Stitcher, and I would be honored if you would take time to visit iTunes or other providers that you're accessing Wisdom Trek and subscribe so that you'll be available to you for download automatically each day. Please leave us a rating on each episode and comments if you would. I will read each one of your comments and make sure you spread the word to everyone you know to join us on this Wisdom Trek. I would really thank you for that. So as we journey on our adventure, I would count it a privilege to assist you in any manner. Let's chat in the comments section of the wisdom-trek.com, ask questions, offer suggestions, and share with each other as we take this trek together. Let us always remember to keep moving forward, to enjoy the journey, and to create a great day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide for wisdom. See you tomorrow.